Hey everyone, it's Hannah here and thanks for coming to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you guys this look and how I achieved it using the new Sooo Fire palette by KKW Beauty. But before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already because I do post new videos here every week. Also, make sure to click that notification bell button so you're notified on when a new video goes up. And follow me on Instagram at Thehennaali because I'm truly always on Instagram. But alright guys, let's get straight into this video about the Sooo Fire palette by KKW Beauty. So I already went ahead and did one eye off camera because I do just want to walk you guys through how I do this look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how to do the look on just one eye. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some primer, and I like to use the ABH eye primer, this one right here. If you haven't tried this primer before, I do recommend getting the mini size from Sephora. It's definitely cheaper for something that you haven't tried yet. And let me tell you something, a little bit goes a long way with this primer. So I've had this primer for a while. That's all I put on there. I'm just gonna let you guys know it is amazing. And what I like to do is I just kind of like to put it along my eyebrows. And I forgot who I saw doing this, and ever since I saw them doing this, I do it myself too now. I apply the primer like this. And I was like, I've never really tried applying it all the way up to my brow, and I've been doing that for a while now and I really enjoy it. Okay, let's just get straight into this palette. This is the palette right here. This is the KKW Beauty Sooo Fire palette. It does retail for $45. I think with shipping and tax, it cost me over $50 because her shipping is $8.95 on her site, which is not normal. For anything you buy, it's $8.95 the shipping because they put it in really big boxes, which I personally think is a waste. But the shipping was really easy, and honestly, I do have her other palette. I have KKW Beauty's classic palette. I've definitely used this quite often. I really enjoy this palette. So if the formulation of the shadows is like this one, then, you know, great. I'm gonna give you my thoughts as long as I go through this look with you guys. But all right, let's go straight into this. I'm gonna, after applying the primer, I want to go ahead and set my primer with this shade right here. And I'm gonna take this R37 brush and I'm just gonna use that to kind of set the whole eye with that color. With this eye primer in particular, I like to just set it because I've noticed when I don't set it, it kind of moves around a little bit, and that is because I guess it is a little bit more creamier. So I like to just set it with a bone shade or any shade that goes with the color of the primer is great. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush right here. This is the M535 Morphe brush. I really want to start using more brushes, different brands of brushes, but Morphe is just so affordable that I always kind of go back to it. But if you guys have any suggestions for brushes I should try out, let me know. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm gonna use that as a transition shade. Kind of just tap. And that's how I apply my shadows, and then you can lightly tap it off. So right off the bat, I can tell you that compared to her class, and see, this is what I mean. These Morphe brushes, they shed a lot. That's why I really want to start getting new brushes. They shed a lot. Mind you, they are inexpensive, but it's just, it gets annoying when they shed so much, you know? Right off the bat, when I was applying this, I noticed that the shadows on this Sooo Fire palette definitely are a little bit more pigmented than her classic palette, and it seems to be a little bit more pigmented, which is nice. Regardless, I actually prefer building up color than having an instant pigmentation. I mean, instant pigmentation is nice, but being able to build up color is really nice, which this shadow so far in her classic palette, you get to just build the color up to your liking, which I do like. I mean, that's just a personal preference thing, the way you apply your shadows. I like building up my shadows to the color I want them to you know, how intense I want the shadow to look. That's just personal preference, of course. I'm now just gonna go straight into that really fiery orange color in here, and the name is pretty suitable. It's Fire 441 brush, and I'm just gonna dip it in there and tap off very lightly, and I'm just gonna go a little bit below right here and apply that in these circular motions. I don't like to really do the windshield wiper just because I feel like you lose a lot of color payoff when you go windshield, so I kind of like to do these circular motions when I'm applying it. I mean, occasionally I'll do like the windshield, but when I'm trying to really build up a color or the pigment, I like to just do these little round circular motions, and I feel like it really blends out the shadow nicely, and you can kind of drag it down right there. This one, again, it is another build buildable shadow. It's definitely not extremely like, oh my god, in your face pigment. It's definitely a buildable shadow, but it is a really pretty shadow. And so far we're not dealing with any patchiness, which is a nice. The mattes are laying nicely on top of each other, which is also a plus. So with this shadow you can definitely build it up more if you want, but I kind of like where it is. So now I'm going to go into the next shade. I'm going to take this Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH35 brush right here. I'm going to go in with this shade right here just to intensify the crease a little bit more. It is more of like a satin shadow. It has a little bit of glitter there, but it's like a satin finish. But I'm going to use that and I'm going to apply it just to intensify the crease a little bit more, add more depth to the crease. I really like this color actually. You can see there's a little bit of shimmer, but it's very, very subtle. So that's why I really liked, actually surprisingly wanted to use this for my crease, which isn't not usual because most people won't use shimmer shadows or in the crease, and usually you won't, but it works. It's really pretty. Okay, you guys, so I'm now actually gonna go back in with that ABH primer. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that gold part, like a little crease, cut crease. And again, with this primer, you really don't need a lot. You need just a tad bit. I think that's pretty good. So if you don't really care to set primer, you don't have to do so, but with this primer, like I mentioned before, I like to just quickly set it. So I'm gonna go back in with that bone shade right here in the palette. I'm gonna go in with that one with this Luxie Precision Crease brush, and I'm just gonna take a little bit on that brush and just lightly run with it on where I put the primer, and just like that, just a little bit, not a lot. All right guys, moment you've been all waiting for is that gold color right here. I think this color was really, really pretty. It's always nice to have a really pretty golden color, and it looks gorgeous. So I'm gonna go in with this JH41 brush right here. I really love to use this brush to apply shadow. So what I really love about this shadow in particular from this palette is that you do not need Fix Plus. You really don't need to wet the brush. The pigment is there, which is always a great thing, and you can apply it with the brush, which is always nice, because honestly, like, you know, most of the time I like to use my finger to apply shimmer shadows and metallics, but if you don't have to, that's always nice. But look at this. This is with just the brush, no Fix Plus, no spray, no wetting the brush. Look at that. That's gorgeous. You can tell I left a little bit of that spot empty there, and that's because I'm gonna go into the shade orangey copper color. It's another shimmer shadow. I like this color. I actually thought of this last minute, was to put it in between that gold and the brown orange, just to give it kind of a nice mesh. It doesn't look too out of place. That's why I did that, why I did it with this one, and it really blended the two. Like, as you can see, it blended the two shadows together really well. That color again that we used, this one right here, just to deepen up the outer corner, just a tad bit, because why not? Now before I go ahead and apply liner, I'm going to do my lower lash line very quickly. So for the lower lash line, all you're going to do is use this brown, this orange fiery color. So I'm going to take the brown and the orange, mix it up right here on this M562 brush. I really love these brushes for more precision application, especially on the lower lash line. I'm just going to take that and drag it down on the lower lash line and go back in if I need to with that mixture, just a little bit. Shadow I'm going to take is this one right here, that shadow, plummy brown color, and apply that also on the lower lash line just to intensify it a little bit more. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply liner, lashes, and I'll be right back, you guys. All right, guys, so this is the complete look using the new Sooo Fire palette by KKW Beauty. I am truly in love with this look. I think it turned out so pretty. The gold is so pigmented, but not too overbearing. I don't know, just the blend of the shadows are really, really gorgeous, and it goes to show you I used Morphe brushes, which are super affordable brushes. So no matter what brushes you have, I feel like this is a very easy to work with palette, whether you're beginner or you're just a true professional makeup artist. I feel like this is a very easy palette to use. Colors are also very pretty. I feel like these are colors that are very wearable throughout the year, especially summer and fall. I feel like in this palette you do have your standard colors, you have your mattes, but then you still do have these shimmers which you can wear on an everyday look. But overall, what I think of this palette, I think this is truly a very pretty and easy to work with palette. Now, a lot of you guys are saying that, you know, you already have these shadows. Great. I mean, if you already have these shadows, I definitely think you can pass on it. But with KKW Beauty's palettes, especially because I am in love with her classic palette right here, her shadows are just so easy to work with. You really don't need to put too much effort into it, which is what I think I really like about it, because I do have some palettes that have similar shadows that I end up having to work with a little bit more than I want to. This one, it was just so easy to work with, so easy to apply and create this look. The only thing I do have a gripe with it is that it's $45, but with the only one shipping option that KKW Beauty has online, it does end up costing you almost 60 bucks, depending where you are. I'm here in California, so I almost ended up spending, I think, $56 or $58 on this palette. So pricing wise, if I didn't have to pay the full $8.95 shipping, I probably would have been extremely happy with it, but the shipping just kind of made it a little bit more expensive, a little bit more than what I wanted to spend on it. So if you want to try a palette out from KKW Beauty, I would definitely try this Sooo Fire palette. I don't believe it's sold out. It's still in stock, which is great. And if you're looking for more of a neutral, like just everyday kind of palette, definitely check out their classic palette, because that's also one of my favorite palettes. So what I think of the Sooo Fire palette, I think it's a really pretty palette, and you should definitely check it out if it's within your budget. But alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and review. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. Also make sure to click that notification bell button so you're notified on when my new video goes up. Like this video if you guys want to see more tutorials here on my channel, and also follow me on Instagram because I'm really popping on there, and my Instagram is at Thehennaali. But alright guys, that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Alright guys,
making money
bye.
like a mint, laying in my ice like shrimp, mint condition that I'm in, coming with the freshness.